We're seeing one thing rise this holiday season, and it's not a gift you want to give or receive. Dr. Luben joins us via satellite to explain why the whooping cough vaccination should be on the top of everyone's holiday list. We are seeing whooping cough creeping up everywhere. Can you explain why you think this is such a hot topic this season?
Yes, very important question. Whooping cough, which was a disease we really didn't talk about for decades, has reared up its ugly head, and we're seeing the biggest outbreak in 50 years across the United States. We were all immunized as children against whooping cough in that series of vaccinations we got as infants and then before school, and it was thought to confer lifelong immunity against it. And now we realize that it isn't a lifelong immunity, and adults need an important booster to prevent getting it again and to prevent giving it to the most vulnerable, which are the infants and the elderly.
Can you tell me a little bit more about that, how long it's actually good for, when somebody should get vaccinated or revaccinated for it?
Studies are still undergoing on that. I wish I did have a good answer, but I got concerned about it myself to where I got my booster last week. It's the worst outbreak, as I said earlier, in 50 years. There are pockets of the country where schools are closing down and where whole communities are being devastated with whooping cough. It's especially bad for newborns and anybody compromised in their immune system. So somewhere in midlife, so 20, 30 years after getting this as a teenager, it seems that the immunity is wearing off. Clearly, if you're an adult, if you haven't had this in a couple of decades, everyone should be getting the whooping cough booster, which goes along with tetanus and diphtheria. I think middle to older age adults, we used to see a lot of these diseases as kids. We knew people that had them, and then all of a sudden for decades they went away. And so you didn't think about polio, you didn't think about whooping cough anymore. And now suddenly we're seeing a resurgence because people got, I think, a little lax about it and didn't always immunize.
You mentioned the elementary schools are closed down. So do you see a rise with parents against immunizations?
There are some people that have chosen, for a number of different reasons, not get immunized. They've read some false information. They've delayed some of the immunizations, and it can be very dangerous. There are articles all over. There have been dozens and dozens of studies that have proven immunizations don't cause any serious diseases that they've been accused of causing.
Can you tell me how we can get immunized this holiday season when travel is on the rise?
Right, travel's on the rise. You want to get immunized a couple of weeks before you travel with flu shots and whooping cough vaccine especially. You need a couple of weeks before they take full hold. We have a website where you can go and get all of this information. It's walgreens.com/flu. That's walgreens.com/FLU. Or you can walk into any Walgreens. We have 8,000 across the country. Speak with a pharmacist, go up to our nurse practitioners, get your flu shot, and sit down and have one of these immunization assessments and find out what else you need and when.
Are there any programs that help for low-income families or families without insurance for the vaccinations?
There are a number of programs like that. They vary state by state. Most insurance companies cover all of the flu shot or with a small copay, and then it really depends state by state. Various Medicaid departments, various pharmaceutical companies, certainly insurance companies, have programs for helping those that are unable to pay or struggle with paying for them.
Well, I guess we won't just be washing our hands this holiday season. We should all be getting immunized. Thank you so much for your time, Dr. Luben.
Thank you very much, and the last thing you said was exactly right.
Have a great day.
You too.
Bringing you the best of California this holiday season, I'm Gabrielle D'Addario for California Life.